Howdy, partners. Welcome to the Wild West show of Seeing Crime. This is Zelda Kelly, and today we are going to be talking about Alec Baldwin. Now, I am recording this on July 11th, and I'm going to post it early in July 12th. Hopefully right around when court starts Mountain Time, I believe. Whenever that time is. I'd like to have you see this first. So I want to get started. But before we do, Alec Baldwin was born April 3rd. It happens to make him an Aries, and this is his zodiac representative in the tarot, the Emperor card. Does it surprise you? The Emperor? Wow. This case today, and in that courtroom today, was this corralling of a stampede, and I'm telling you, it was a complete showdown. It was hard to keep up with, but we did it. And I've got a few things that kind of stuck with me, and I want to see what information we get. So I want to point out some things. You see, this Emperor shows up in a power position, in a power color, wisdom, understanding. You see the ram's heads on the nice little, very looking stone, stoic, uncomfortable throne. What he's done here is he shows us that while he's sitting there looking all sweet and kind and nice, he's ready to go into battle at any moment because he's got his armor on under this unsuspecting robe. That sounds familiar, doesn't it? So we're going to put this to the side. We're going to get started. Today, I've got the Influence of the Angels Tarot. You haven't seen that one before. It's quite beautiful. The Kipper deck. The Kipper deck and the Hidden. Now, I've got some questions, and we're going to lay the foundation with the Kipper deck. We're going to put the Hidden to the side, and we're going to put the Angels to the side. All right? So, my first question is, will Alec Baldwin testify at his own hearing? Will he testify? And I'm going to just ask it. And will Hannah Gutierrez testify as well? I know they are going to bring her to the courthouse July 19th. Whether she testifies or not, she doesn't have to. She already got sentenced. She could sit there and say, I plead the fifth, I plead the fifth, I plead the fifth. I don't think she's going to be very helpful, but let's see what the cards have to say. Let's lay this foundation, and here we go. Starting down here, and we'll fan out these cards. Now we're just going to lay out the foundation, and we're asking, what information do we need to know about Alec Baldwin and this case? Here we go. First card out is... I'm sorry. I have to laugh. The courthouse. Yes, of course. We know that. And we're going to lay it down here because the glare from the lamp really is intense today. So here we go. Oh, there we are. Another card. Thoughts. Yes, and I believe this is Miss Hutchinson right here. The thoughts are on her. 16, and then together, that makes 7, and we've got a 23 here. So, for what it's worth, so the thoughts are on her, of course. That's why they're in court to begin with. We're going to pull out 2 more cards. So what else do we need? What more do we need to know? And it's this card, and it is this, a thief. Now, we had this in another reading today, and a thief can steal many things. It can steal your integrity, your identity, your pride, physical, mental, spiritual, and especially your life. So that is why he is on trial. I'm going to put this back and just kind of reposition these cards so they don't get out of control. Okay, so now we get another, here we are. Bad health. Now, okay. I don't predict bad health. But I want you to know one of the things that I've gotten today when looking at Mr. Baldwin, and I'm wondering, now I'm not a doctor, I'm not diagnosing, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not any of those professions. I'm leaving that up to those who are very well educated and can do the diagnoses and deal with the law. I'm here giving my opinion only, and that's all it is, based on the cards that I pull. Watch Mr. Baldwin. Watch Mr. Baldwin. This is very stressful for him and his family. Regardless of how we feel about him, I'm trying to stay unbiased here. Just keep an eye on him. That much I can say. All right? So now we've laid this foundation. We're putting the kipper away. And now we will be getting out this beautiful, I'm going to put these cards, where can I put them? I guess I'm just going to leave them down here. I'm going to lay out these beautiful, pardon me, Influence of the Angels tarot. You're going to see what I mean in just a minute here. And look at the gold foiling on the edges. Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let's go. Oh, here we are. Yes. Okay, here we go. Here we go. The Two of Swords. Beautiful card. We're going to pick that up and talk about it. The Hierophant. The Star. Knight of Wands. Gonna move these over. Sorry, things are just a little on the disarray side today. All right, Knight of Wands. We're gonna pull out two more cards. Three of Cups. And Knight of Pentacles. Let's do one more. Let's do one more. Ace of Cups. All right. Putting these to the... Oh. Hanged Man. And I turned my deck upside down, so I apologize. I do not read in reverse. That Hanged Man. The Hanged Man can really mean that you need to look at things from a different perspective. And obviously, Alec Baldwin has a different perspective on what has happened versus what everybody either knows, presumes, assumes, or have witnessed. This is a definite thing that Mr. Baldwin is going to have to see beyond because he doesn't understand. He lets his anger get to him. And yes, he walked out of court today. Putting this to the side. He feels that he has been... He's taking this very personally, and he should be. But you see in the blindfold how you can still see her eyes. This is an instinct card. It means that sometimes you have to pull in and protect yourself, that you feel like you really have to protect yourself for those people that are coming for you and at you. And that's what this is. Remember, the swords are air signs. The swords cut both ways. They can cleanse and they can tear down. The swords are also communication, and believe me, there's a lot of communication that's been going on. The Hierophant is also a card that represents a zodiac Taurus. Now, I don't know who is Taurus, and I don't think it really matters. But this is a spiritual card. It has a lot to do with the church. And isn't it funny that this took place in a church? But there's a spiritual side of this that I believe that Mr. Baldwin is not seeing. There are a lot of things that he's not seeing, and he needs to get it together. The Star card. And no, this is not Jen McCabe. This is an Aquarius card, and it's a little dark. But this means that there's hope. And I do believe that he has the hope, and I'm going to tell you, with these two cards together, I do believe Mr. Baldwin is going to try, if he can, he's going to try to testify. Do I feel that that is a good idea? No, I do not. This is an action card, and you see the compass and the little angel. Aren't these pretty? On the legs of this horse, guiding, directing. I believe that is the Knight of Wands. These are action cards. I believe that this also is the defense team trying to guide him, because quite frankly, that ship has sailed. He's not going to help himself, but he's going to try to do it. And his defense, just like walking out in court today, there wasn't really too much they could do except get him to go back in court, and he did. This has cost Mr. Baldwin. This definitely has. It's cost him the Knight of Pentacles, and it's going to continue to cost him. This Knight of Pentacles tells that I think Mr. Baldwin is going to try to sell some property. He's going to try to sell something. I think you're going to start seeing some selling of assets coming with him. There is a part of him in some ways that he's trying to look at things in a different light. He is convinced that he's not guilty. He feels that this is a total inconvenience of other people trying to make him pay for something that he feels that he did not do on purpose. And maybe he didn't. We're not here to judge. But he's got an attitude. But the problem that he's got is that the prosecution feels that he's too Pollyanna, that he's too, well, let's just celebrate things. Well, okay, we've got two people that are injured, and even worse. Okay, well, I just want to go home to New York. And I think it's all in the communication. He expresses himself wrong. But this is going to continue to cost him more money. And yes, there is a new beginning. And yes, I know he feels bad. And there is a lot of emotion around this particular situation. This is also a timing card. Now, this timing card, there was something that happened that was very significant this past winter season that is affecting him now. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe I'll look, maybe I won't. But it all really, because he's got such a bad look, he needs to sit back and really reevaluate this. And yet he's pulling in as though people just don't understand. He really does have a bad attitude, as though he is above it all. We're going to see now, I'm going to see what's going on here with the hidden deck. All right, here we go. Spirits, guides, angels. That is Mr. Baldwin. That is money. That, my darlings, the aces, the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Hearts. Definitely water signs. Let's see who that is. That is Hannah. Gutierrez. Oh boy. That is a big gamble on the prosecution side to try to bring her in. And I think they have offered her some things maybe to get her there, but they've already made the gesture. They're transferring her, and I can tell you what, she has nothing to lose. She does not have to testify. They can't give her anything, no deals, no nothing. She's got an appeal coming. Do I think the appeal is going to help her? No. She got the max of 18 months. Six of Hearts tells that she made sacrifices that probably she should not have for Alec Baldwin. And she feels she's going to take the rap and that he's going to walk. Well, I'm not so sure about that. There's a lot of hurt around this case on many people. Many people's lives have been affected by this, and it's just been uncanny. But you know, the husband of Elena Hutchison produced that movie, and they actually finished it. I don't know. I don't get that. But okay, maybe somebody can explain that to me. Right? Okay, so let's lay out one more. So yes, there's a lot of decisions that need to be made. And I believe that the decisions, you see how Hannah's card is right below Alex. There's a lot going on here, and a lot of emotion, and a lot of feeling, and a push and pull. And we're going to see some really antics, some snarkiness between the defense and the prosecution, and it is going to be a real, well, Wild West show. So Annie Oakley, what can I tell you? Let's draw one more Kipper as a final confirmation, final message for you. There is a concern, and that is absolutely, and that is number 33. A definite concern, and I think the concern is for Alec Baldwin testifying. The concern is for Hannah, but I don't think she's going to do anything if they do even get her in there. If she does, if she even peeps one word, she can no longer plead the fifth. So I don't know, but it doesn't look like she will. But yes, there is a concern about Mr. Baldwin testifying. If he does, and if he even can make it through. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Let's hope that isn't. But I can tell you, my darlings, in the end, this is something that he ain't gonna get out of. So get along, little doggy. It's time to, well, go back to court. I'll see you again very soon. I love bringing these to you. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you, of course, and you'll see these. Let's get on. All right. Talk to you soon, and thanks so much for being here.